He stood in the shadow of a prophet. He had seen miracles, wonders, healings, even the raising of the dead. He was not just a bystander to power, he was Elisha's servant, the right hand to a man who had inherited the mantle of Elijah himself. But in a single moment of greed, everything changed. This is not just a story about leprosy. It is a story about lies that rot the soul. A tragedy that begins with opportunity and ends in a curse. This is the haunting tale of Gehazi, the servant who reached for silver and was covered in snow. What made him betray the honor of a prophet? Why did he twist a miracle into a personal transaction? And how did a blessing become a burden that would mark his lineage forever? Today, we travel into the heart of a story rarely told in full, but never forgotten. This is the curse of Gehazi, a tragic tale of lies and leprosy. Before we go further, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who loves deep, reflective Bible storytelling. It's the only way you can support our work and help this message reach others too. And if you're ready to walk this journey with us, comment below, "I receive grace." Long before his fall, Gehazi walked in greatness, not his own, but the greatness of the man he served, Elisha. To understand Gehazi's position, you must understand Elisha's power. Elisha was no ordinary prophet. He parted waters, healed poisoned wells, and even raised the dead. He was feared and revered, and Gehazi was always at his side. He was there when the Shunammite woman cried out for her dead son. He watched Elisha stretch himself over the boy, life returning with each breath. He was there when Naaman, the commander of the Syrian army, arrived at their doorstep, proud and leprous. Gehazi stood in the presence of generals, kings, and miracles. But proximity to greatness does not guarantee greatness within. Perhaps Gehazi felt overlooked. Perhaps he grew tired of watching others receive what he never held. Elisha gave, healed, and never asked for payment. To Gehazi, this must have felt like a missed opportunity. Why let wealth slip through your fingers when your hands do the work of the divine? Yet Elisha knew the difference between calling and commerce. The gifts of God are not for sale. Miracles are not merchandise. But Gehazi, he didn't understand this. Not yet. One day, Naaman returned healed, cleansed from his leprosy after dipping 7 times in the Jordan, just as Elisha had instructed. Naaman was overwhelmed. He offered silver, gold, and fine clothing as thanks. But Elisha refused, not out of pride, but out of principle. "No," the prophet said, "as surely as the Lord lives, whom I serve, I will not accept a thing." Naaman insisted. Elisha stood firm. Gehazi watched it all, and something in him broke. He didn't just see a man healed, he saw wealth walking away. This was the moment where his shadow began to twist, when service no longer felt satisfying, when being near the prophet was not enough. He wanted the prophet's power and the prophet's profit. The heart of a servant was slowly giving way to the hunger of self. Gehazi's chance came quickly, more quickly than he expected. Naaman, the proud commander of the Syrian army, had returned home from Israel cleansed of leprosy. His skin was restored to smoothness, a living miracle that spoke of divine power. Naaman was overwhelmed with gratitude. He wanted to honor Elisha, the man of God, with gifts of silver, gold, and fine clothing. But Elisha refused all payment. His power was not for sale. His miracles were a gift from God, not merchandise to be bought. Gehazi watched this exchange closely. He saw the silver and gold walk away, untouched by Elisha's hand. To Gehazi, this was not generosity, it was loss. Why should the prophet turn away wealth that could have made a difference? Why should Gehazi remain poor when blessings passed before his eyes? The seed of greed had taken root in his heart. One day, after Elisha had again refused any gifts, Gehazi seized his moment. He devised a plan to claim riches without the prophet's knowledge. He sent a message to Naaman, pretending it was from Elisha. "Give me 2 talents of silver and 2 changes of clothes," he wrote. "The man of God sent me to collect this for you." Naaman, trusting the servant of the prophet, did not hesitate. He gathered the gifts, believing it was Elisha's wish. But Gehazi's greed did not stop there. He ran after Naaman, took the silver and clothes, and hid them quickly, careful to conceal his deceit. Returning to Elisha, Gehazi lied, claiming he had been nowhere. But deep inside, the truth festered, poisoned by his selfishness. Elisha was not fooled. The Spirit of the Lord revealed Gehazi's deception to the prophet. With a voice like thunder, Elisha confronted his servant. "Where have you been, Gehazi?" he demanded. Trembling and unable to hide the truth, Gehazi confessed everything: the silver, the clothes, the lie. And then came the curse, harsh, terrifying, irreversible. "You have run after this wealth," Elisha declared, "but the Lord has set a curse on you. The leprosy of Naaman will cling to you and your descendants forever." In that moment, Gehazi's skin turned white as snow, a living testament to his greed and betrayal. The curse was not merely punishment, it was a warning to all who would misuse God's gifts for selfish gain. And so Gehazi was cast out not just from Elisha's side, but from honor, healing, and hope. The consequences of Gehazi's actions stretched far beyond that fateful day. His leprosy was more than a physical ailment. It was a spiritual mark, a constant reminder of betrayal and greed. No longer was Gehazi the trusted servant. He became a figure of shame, a warning to all who dared to misuse the gifts of God. His skin, once smooth, now bore the stark whiteness of leprosy, a visible symbol of the inner corruption that had taken hold of his soul. His descendants carried the curse too, bearing the scars of one man's choice across generations. The shadow of Gehazi's betrayal stretched long, marking a lineage with a burden no one desired. The story of Gehazi is a sobering lesson on the dangers of covetousness and the power of temptation. It challenges us to reflect deeply on how we handle blessings and opportunities in our own lives. Do we serve with humility, or do we seek gain at the expense of honor? Are we faithful stewards of the gifts entrusted to us, or do we allow greed to cloud our judgment? Gehazi's tale warns that when greed overtakes service, the price is far greater than silver or gold. It is a price paid in isolation, disgrace, and a mark no one wishes to bear. Yet, in this tragic story, there is also a powerful reminder: the gifts of God are sacred and must be honored. They are not currency for selfish gain, but blessings to be stewarded with integrity. The legacy of Gehazi calls us to examine our hearts honestly, to guard against the lure of temptation, and to serve with pure motives. Gehazi's story is a powerful reminder that every choice carries weight, especially when we stand in the presence of the divine. Greed may promise riches, but it delivers ruin. Lies may seem like a quick path to gain, but they lead only to a curse that scars beyond the skin. But even in this tragic tale, there is a lesson, a call to serve with honesty, humility, and faith. So as you reflect on Gehazi's fate, ask yourself, how do you handle the gifts and opportunities God has given you? Will you choose integrity over temptation, service over selfishness? If this story touched you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who hunger for deeper understanding. And don't forget to comment below with, "I receive grace to stay true." Let's walk this journey of faith and reflection together. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may your heart stay pure and your path be blessed.